Hey lovelies, or welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Let's get into today's video. Today we're going to be talking about Melody Shari responding again to Betty's comments. If you have listened to the first video, this is an update since I last covered the first video. Then also I want to talk a little bit about Melody not being in the new episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. So that's what I really want to talk about today. So if you're new to this channel, I do reality TV commentary. So I do reality TV shows, reviews and recaps, just like my name suggests. I also do celebrity news as well. Lately, I've been doing a lot of that, but we're going to get back to reviews and recaps. So if there are any shows you would like for me to cover, let me know in the comment section below and I will cover them for you. And so everyone, make sure you like, share, hit that subscribe button and that bell button if you haven't already. Now let's get into today's video. Sorry, just a quick one before I move on with today's video. Sweet Pea, you won the giveaway. Congratulations. Make sure you reach out to me on Instagram so we can arrange for you to get your products. Now let's get back into today's video. For those of you who may have missed the video that I did earlier addressing what Melody Shari said in response to Stormi's mom Betty's comments about her. Melody addressed everything. I did a video about it, so go ahead and watch that. Now there is an update because Betty responded and now Melody is responding again. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So Melody went live on TikTok and she spoke about how Stormi's team contacted her about Stormi joining Love and Marriage Huntsville. She was also reading comments and she was complimenting Stormi on her successes. You know, one thing I feel like Melody is she is not a hater. She knows better than that. If you want to succeed in life, you have to give people their flowers. You have to be happy for people when they do things right. So she said she's not a hater and she is proud of Stormi. Now, for those of you who may not know, msbettie posted a picture of her garden on Facebook and one of her friends commented saying the internet is on fire and my friend is gardening. And then msbettie responded saying, this is what unbothered looks like. The other ish is unhinged. I'm like, the only person unhinged, mama, is you. You've been acting unhinged since day one. Respectfully. You know how people say respectfully before they cuss your A out? That's exactly what that is given. Because it's like, sis, you're the one that has been unhinged since day one. And the audacity for you to call someone unhinged when you're the one that is unhinged is mind-boggling and baffling to me. Well, Melody responded and she posted on her Instagram story saying, and I read, child, the only thing that has been spiraling out of control is your mouth. And has been for a while now. I know that's right. Well, she didn't say that, but you know what I mean. What's spiraling is a mama who is jealous of her own daughter and intentionally tries to sabotage her. Now that is spiraling. Oh my goodness. Melody is on fire. That is giving pow pow. Now she made another post and said, and to the old lady gang saying stuff about my packing of products and energy y'all weren't buying when I was packing peacefully while going through hell with your squad. So kiss my ass respectfully. Please send some new elders. The audacity. Ooh. Y'all so whack. Wow, Melody is not playing today, tomorrow, nor ever. She is coming back and clapping back against all these people. Now, there's something Melody said that I want to break down and talk about a little bit. I feel like I'm going to have time to talk about it a little bit more detail in a different video, but I wanted to talk a little bit about what she said. What is spiraling is a mama who is jealous of her own child and intentionally tries to sabotage her. Now, I'm very curious to know, what do you think Melody is talking about? Is it the bit where Stormi had to go to turn herself in and her mom couldn't even show up for her? Who does that? Especially knowing fully well that it is not a thing where, let's say, for instance, she did something and stole people's money and did something that was extremely horrific. And you're like, okay, you pow-powed somebody. I'm not showing up for you. That's different. But from her position, it's like the least you can do is even show up at the house and say, do you know what? I wish you the best. I hope things go well. Even if you don't want to show up, a phone call just to say, I'll be thinking about you. I'll be praying for you. I hope it all goes well today. That is the barest minimum. The fact that instead you're like, that's what you get for being on reality TV. Who does that? What kind of mother does that? And I'm sure people would like to make excuses and say, well, you know, she's from an older generation and stuff. But that's the thing. Old or not, wrong is wrong and right is right. How can her mother-in-law show up and is there comforting her when her own mother did not even bother to show up and instead throws it in her face? Even if you can't show up, the fact that you're then throwing it in her face saying, well, that's what she gets for being on reality TV, that's not fair. That's unacceptable. That's not what a good mom does. That's not what any human being in their right mind would even do. Not to talk of someone that is your mama. And so maybe that's what Melody is talking about when she's saying that someone who's jealous of her own daughter and intentionally trying to sabotage her. But I don't know if there is more to that. Now, if there is more to that, I hope that Melody is in a sharing mood because I would love to hear more about what exactly she means by that. Now, the other thing I really wanted to talk about was that for those of you who may have watched this last episode, you would notice that Melody was nowhere to be found and that episode was dry. It was just like she was missing. I don't recall the Scots even being present. Like, I don't recall them being there. So it's almost like Melody wasn't really there. The episode seemed to be centered around Stormi and pretty much like Destiny and Sunny. But I'm just like, I don't really care about the Stormi and the Destiny and the Sunny thing because I'm just like, it's very dry. I don't think there is anything happening in this season beyond like them talking about the millimeters. And it's ridiculous because it's like, yet again, they are coasting by not sharing their true life, but constantly speaking on the millimeters and Melody. And it's like, you guys have gotten away with not doing what you need to do and not sharing your real life all these years. And yet again, here's another season where you're getting away with doing that. In all fairness to Stormi, I think compared to everyone else, we're seeing more from Stormi than when we've seen from the rest of the Scots. So I would at least say that clocking in the season. Compared to everyone else, she's at least clocking in the season. Compared to the Scots and all of them, and Trish and whatnot, she is clocking in. I personally think like this season is the worst season I've ever experienced. Like, I've not been engaged at all. I don't really watch it when it comes out. I take days to watch it and most times I can't be asked, but I just feel like I have to watch it so that like if there's anything I need to talk to you guys about and when you guys talk about stuff I can be in the know about it. But to be honest, I just watch it and play it without paying attention because there's really nothing to pay attention to. If I even remember correctly, didn't I like sleep off while watching the show? Did I even finish this episode? Honestly, it's terrible. Now, I will say, I feel like I like the fact that Destiny actually is talking about her candles on the show. I think that this is something where reality TV show people, usually you need to plug your business in whenever you can. So I actually appreciate that she's doing that. Now, I know in the past people were like saying they don't know where the whole thing is coming from in terms of the candles. I remember like people were going on AliExpress to find something similar. Whatever the case may be, I would say that the fact that she's at least bringing it to the show and talking about it, I'll give her an A for effort on that one. That said, I think she could definitely learn a thing or two about how to run a business from Stormi and Melody. Now, if you think about Melody in particular, Melody turned lemons into lemonade this past week. If you guys remember, Wanda had been coming for her and all that. Melody finally responded and then decided to have a food truck discount. And the food truck discount, people have been buying up the products. And she finally disabled the discount code for the food truck. I'm just like, this is how you make money. You turn lemons into lemonade. And apparently she made about $82,000 in the past 7 days just using the food truck discount. I feel like people need to learn how to be able to convert like negativity into positivity and make some money out of it. It's the same way like Beyonce, for instance, when something negative happens or is being said about her, she finds a way to weave that into a song and add some story into it. And people are like loving it. It is a really good marketing strategy that I think like we all could learn from. And I know you guys may feel like, oh, we're talking about gist here. Why are you talking about marketing strategy? Because I want you guys to also have successful businesses and also be able to do things and like be strategic. Even if you're in career and like workplace, you have to be strategic in the way in which you do things. I always say when I'm at work, I'm playing chess, and that is pretty much my mindset with work, with business, with everything I do. It's just like you have to be thinking 10 steps ahead. And when something comes that tries to knock you off the trajectory of where you're going, you try to think, how can I monetize this? How can I switch this back? Which I think is what Melody does and does very, very well. So we all can take some good notes on that. I have also noticed that she's been going live on TikTok a lot. She's been talking about a lot of things on TikTok. She's been posting on TikTok. She has been going live. She's been selling products on TikTok. I feel like TikTok is a big market, so I'm glad that she's really like taking that seriously. Like I always think sometimes you have to focus on one. And I think she's focused on Instagram. She's built her Instagram following. And now it's time to focus on building on TikTok. And then after that, then you can have 2 established platforms with hopefully 2 different audiences. And at least a wider audience via TikTok that can take her to the next level beyond the show. Anyways, that is all I have to talk to you guys about today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell button right next to it so you know every single time that I post. And everyone, please like, share, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And let's continue the conversation in the chat. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.